Hey, and we're live. Mark Gassert here. Mark's message, Friday, July the 24th. Hope everybody had a fantastic week, a very successful Friday, and we're getting ready to kick things off and into the weekend. I know for me, I had one hell of a week. I'm here to tell you right now, ladies and gentlemen, Facebook Nation, everybody that's out there, I'm back bigger, better than ever before. Let me tell you something right now. I have to give some shout outs here. You know, I am from Peachtree Corners, the peachiest place on the planet. And if you doubt it, call me. I dare you to call me. I'll tell you why. It's a great place to live, great place to raise a family. Peachtree Corners is where it's happening. It's where it's shaking on a Friday night. Every day is peachy here in Peachtree Corners. With that, I do want to get a little bit on the serious note here. I want to give some shout outs. And I've thought about this. I'm getting a little crazy and amped up because I did have a hellacious week. But you know what? That's all part of life. You know, you adapt, you improvise, you overcome, and that's what this whole thing is about. Life's not a dress rehearsal. We've heard that numerous times. My first shout out I want to give to a gentleman, Jeffrey Gittimer. I want to say thank you. 11 years ago, you have no idea what an inspiration you were to me. Um, this little book right here, the Little Red Book of Selling. I'll flip it around here. That's the Meister right there. Jeffrey Gittimer to me is the Pied Piper. He is the rabbi of sales. And in Hebrew, that does mean teacher. And he is my rabbi. Let me tell you, uh, Jeffrey will give it to you straight. He will tell you the truth. And prior to 11 years ago, before that, when I was in the trade show industry, the live events industry, we couldn't wait for the Atlanta Business Chronicle to come out with his articles. I mean, the dude was writing like a fiend. I don't know how he kept up with all these publications he was doing. And the only thing we had back then was that, as well as his YouTube and some of the things he put online. And so I was a big believer in Jeffrey. I saw him at one of our events in Atlanta. I really didn't get to see everything about it, but I'll never forget. I got in an argument with somebody that felt like he was a mime, a charlatan, you know, somebody that was just out there to take your money. And, you know, I said, no, you're wrong. You don't understand. The guy's from the Northeast. He's straight up. I grew up in Pennsylvania. I know Jeffrey's a big Philly guy. So that's kind of where I got my roots with sports and all that. But I always appreciate Jeffrey. Jeffrey to me reminds me of a person. If you broke it down in its purest form, Christmas Day could arrive, and as a child, he would see the manure around the Christmas tree and want to know where the pony's at. Or better yet, he'd be in one of those revolving doors trying to catch up to himself. I mean, guys like Energy Plus, yes, he's older, but you know what? He is a very cool dude. I just want to say thank you again, Jeffrey, because when I had to knock on doors selling lawn care, which sucked, it sucked to the nth degree what I had to do 11 years ago. You were like the little guardian angel that said, come on, man, one more knock, you can do it, and I implemented some of the things that you taught. I'll never forget the first big sale I had. I watched a guy, you know, cussing and mowing his yard, and he had an immaculate yard. It was awesome. Like it looked like a putting green. And then I saw his golf clubs, and then we started talking. And the guy looked at me, and I said, "Boy, those are some really nice clubs. Where do you golf out? What do you do?" And he all of a sudden looked up and said, "Who the hell are you, and what do you want?" And I said, "Well, I'm the guy here that can get you back in the golf course." So lo and behold, sold him some, you know, lawn care applications, and the rest is history. But you know what? I can't say enough about Jeffrey and what he's done for me in my sales career. It's been up, it's been down, but you know what? He is the constant. And another gentleman I'm going to give big shout outs to, and is kind of new to the game, and I met him, and Ken Walls, Grow Live. I have to say thank you. Thank you for sharing the Grow Live platform. thank you for picking up the phone and talking to me. I don't want to get choked up, but that meant a lot to me that day. And what you told me, uh, Mark, professionals have coaches, amateurs don't. You know, that has stayed with me right here, my brother, and I appreciate it. And if you don't know who Ken Walls is, anybody that's out there, feel free to jump in. He's Mr. Livestream. This here is a free document that Ken's put out. And I'm sorry, Ken, I'm promoting you again, but you know, you need to check out what the guy has to say. And furthermore, I'll even help you get involved with live streaming. Just tell Ken I told you to check out his website. Or better yet, you see the info down there? Call me. Call me insane, call me crazy, but call me. I can help you. I don't have all the answers, but Ken has a platform second to none. I know he's getting ready to do other things with the Meister himself, Jeffrey Gitomer, and the guy's a true giver. You might think he's off the chart a little bit in his approach, but his heart is good. It's gold. And I just want to say thank you so much again, Ken, and the Grow Live Nation. And there's another gentleman I'm going to say thank you to, and don't be embarrassed by this. And if you are, I'm sorry. Uh, Chris Raj, you kind of reached out to me. I didn't really know who you were. You were some badass bandana wearing dude, and you send me inspirational messages. You keep me on the up and up. And what can I say, Chris? Wow. And then I found out who you really were. And I'm like stepping back saying, this dude is taking time out of his life to reach out to me, a nobody, a nothing. And, I just want to say thank you, Chris, because you have an awesome following, your kick ass nation. And, what you do is tremendous. I watched you last week. You interfaced with Ken, and, you could just about put this dude anywhere on the planet, as far as I'm concerned. His looks may be deceiving, but you never judge the book by its cover. And my mother always taught me that. And like I said, there's another guy with a heart of gold, true giver. And here's a guy, an unsung hero. And we had a nice long dissertation, conversation, and Ron Goodwin. If you don't know who Ron is, Goodwin Graphics. Ron, you don't know this, but you've now become my weekly mentor. Ron has his own business, and he and I had a lot of neat talks and discussions. And today was kind of intense, and I was explaining my situation to him, and he was bouncing ideas off me and giving me advice. And that's the beauty of plugging into this thing, this live thing. Who you wind up and who you get to meet, and that's why you need to go live. Yeah, there's a mic, but I often kiddingly say this thing's all about like you know speaking with steroids. We kid about that. There's public speaking courses, Dale Carnegie, whatever, but I think Grow Live is the 21st century of public speaking. It's not the do all end all, but I think for right now, try it. It's a lot of fun. But anyway, I just wanted to get that out of the way and to say thank you to everybody. And I will get back on track here. We're going to talk about passive, aggressive, assertive. And let me go up here to my, me, I've got information out the, you know, nth degree, but I've modified it, trying to keep it short. Just so you know where I'm coming from, I shared this again, and this has become my mantra. This is me. This is Mark Gasser. This is the why. This is what I'm about. Winning is my assembly line. Helping people grow and develop is my automobile. Jeffrey earlier today said, hey, I got 2 gas tanks over here. I'll fill up your car. But that's kind of my approach to things. Some people may laugh and say, man, what is this dude talking about? But you can chew on that for a while. But what we were talking about, are you passive, aggressive, or assertive? What type of salesperson, what type of person are you? Where do you fit into all this thing. And I am going to steal some wisdom and knowledge from the king, the man himself. I kind of put this in a formula. It's a quote: attract with message, engage with value, connect with emotion, sell with proof. To me, that will equal an earned sale or just about earned anything. If you don't have this book, highly recommend you get it. Sales Manifesto. Once again, the man himself, the king, Jeffrey Gitomer. Yeah, he's written quite a few books. Um, and you know what I just realized today is as people move on, like Zig Ziglar, and you got guys like Harvey Mackay still out there, and who are going to be the next ones to take their places? And I'm not trying to be morbid here, but like a Jeffrey, like a Harvey Mackay, like, and Zig has moved on. So these guys, to me, have filled that void, but we need more people to step up. Everybody's got a song to sing, a message, and, so that's what I'm doing here tonight. And if you think I'm crazy, insane, that's okay. So I wanted to share that with you. That's Jeffrey's little, and I'll put it up here again so you can see it. Attract, if you're just joining, attract with message, engage with value, connect with emotion, sell with proof. Okay? That's how this thing works. Whether you're on the phone or you're virtually talking to people, people are observing you. They're looking at how you present yourself. And we're going to talk about some of those things. The presentation process. Jeffrey talks about this all the time. Look impressive, sound impressive. That doesn't mean you have to be suave, debonair, and wear some highfalutin suit. And in fact, he advocates you don't do that, but sound impressive. You don't have to use $5 words. Again, this is all a matter of how you approach the sale or how you're going to engage with somebody. Allow me to share this with you. Assertive presentations begin with questions. Okay? Create buying atmosphere. Develop an engaging relationship. That's what it's all about. Anybody have any questions? Feel free. And here's another thing I wanted to share with everybody tonight. And I might be competing with some heavy hitters, but I just felt the need for speed to get out here and talk to everybody. Assertive people bring ideas to the table. They have a yes attitude. They have a smile, a firm handshake, excellent eye contact, and they have swagger. All right? They got that swag. And, those guys I mentioned to you before, like Jeffrey, Ken, Chris, Ron, they got swag. And if you talk to them, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you listen to Jeffrey every 9:59, he does it every day. The guy is like a machine. Facebook Nation, check him out. He is live. He is bestowing upon you wisdom. And then you got Ken Walls is always out there doing his thing, man. He is live interviewing people and so forth. So I just wanted to, pop it up there again. Assertive people bring ideas to the table. They have a yes attitude. They have a smile. They have a firm handshake, excellent eye contact, and swagger. Let me talk to me, what swagger means to me. And if anybody wants to jump on board and throw some 2 cents at me, go for it. You want to hit one if you think swagger's important, or two if you think I'm out to lunch, that's okay. But to me, once you're committed to something, you don't let anybody rock your world. And when you got swag or swagger, as I call it, you can have it in sports, you can have it in business, you can have it in being a parent. It's because you know. And like I said, I knocked on all those damn doors to sell lawn care. I won't mention the company. I don't want to get into all that. But you're not going to rock my world, okay? Because I listen to the no's. I've heard the rejections. I know the F bombs people told me to get off their property. I've had police officers stop me when I'm in subdivisions. Yeah, I've went through all that. I've had people stick a greasy thumb note on my door when perhaps maybe, just maybe, you know, the rent's due, the mortgage is due, all that fun stuff. I've been through that. I've had to ask for help financially. So, yeah, I've seen the good, the bad, the ugly, but I'm not complaining about it. I learn from it. I develop and move on. And yeah, I got some swag, and if it offends anybody, that's too bad. I'm not here to, hurt anybody or make a comment that's condescending, but I believe in me. And that's one thing that Jeffrey talks about, the belief in me. Take care of you, and then you can take care of others. Uh, One thing I'm going to share with you when I mention about this 11 years ago. This was written March 29th, 2011. I'm going to read this. This is kind of hard for me to read this. My father has passed. I think I might have shared something similar to 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 you, the Facebook nation out here, but you can see this note. At the time, he was living in Myerstown, Pennsylvania, and where he lived was a retirement community. It used to be it was a beautiful place. It was an Amish farm, to tell you the truth, and that's where he retired. But he said to me, "Dear Mark, just remember where you got your start." Now, this is when I was struggling and no one else believed in me and nobody else was hiring. I had to figure out what was going to work for me and how I was going to pay some bills and take care of the family. He said to me, "Hang in there. There is light at the end of the tunnel." I love that. Hang in there. There is light at the end of the tunnel. Earlier today, I had somebody call me and they talked to me about their particular situation. That individual and myself worked at a similar company, should say the same company. And after 25 years of loyal service, here's what happened. You would think they'd give him some sort of compensation package. What they gave him was a joke or a crime. There's another person I know I work with, 32 years. He got absolutely zippo. So these are the things that are going on today in our world. I'm not complaining. These are things I hear from others. So I'm just sharing this with you. Excuse my rant. I had to get that in. That was a sidebar. But I wanted to share that note my father gave to me, and it's near and dear to my heart. What's ironic about the note is it does have a heart on it, and I will not throw this away. I'm probably need to get it laminated. But that meant a lot to me that day I got it, and it was just in a card, just a note. And these are all things I'm coming full circle that assertive people do. So assertive people are thoughtful. Assertive people do know what the hell's going on out there. You know, like I said, they do bring that yes attitude and they bring that smile, that firm handshake, excellent eye contact, and they got that swagger and they're not going to go down. And when you think the chips are down, no. And you want to talk about a guy that had swagger, and Jeffrey, don't hate me, Bill Russell, he's got 11 championship rings to prove it. And I don't care what anybody says. He may not be the best basketball player, but that dude knows how to win. And there's a guy, like I've said, if I could have 30 minutes, man, I would cherish it just to talk to him. Because mentally, that guy is equipped with toughness, Teflon that you can't possibly conceive. So, and here's something I'm going to throw out here. In this process, when I speak, I attempt to teach. When I truly listen, I learn. And yes, assertive people are great listeners. They ask great questions, but they're great listeners. And all the time, they're looking for solutions and ways to win. So, I talked about active listening. So, I just wanted to share a few things with you today. And I know I kind of went around robin here about passive, assertive, aggressive. And it's at that point of time where I've got to back it on down. And there's probably some other people out there that are doing their live streams as well. But I'm going to share this again, and it's quote time. And I'll pull this out of here so you can get to the quote. Excuse me, folks. It says, believe in what you're doing and in those who are helping you. Now, here's the key about assertive again and the swagger. There are a handful of people that I can call my true friends. And when I say that on a virtual level, I consider Jeffrey Gitomer a friend. I consider Ken Walls a friend. I consider Chris Rush a friend. I consider, Ron Goodwin a friend. And there's others in the emerging sales winners organization of Jeffrey Gitomer that I consider friends. And I know if I had a Zoom call with them, and there are some of you I owe you a Zoom call. JR, you and I need to talk. But belief in what you're doing and in those who are helping you do it. These organizations that are out there, man, they propel you to like the nth degree. And then it says, helping you do it, and you're bound to win. Belief in what you're doing and in those who are helping you do it, and you're bound to win. Napoleon Hill. And I have to give another shout out. And he was very nice enough, and he's very astute, educated man, and he's tied into Napoleon Hill, the association. Ben Gay III, that's really his name. Ben, I want to thank you for your fist pumps and encouraging me to go onward, onward, onward. But that's our quote, and I'm pretty much done right now. Hopefully, I didn't rant too much. Again, this was Mark's message, Friday, July 24th, after one hell of a intense week of work and hitting that phone like there was no tomorrow. I want to say thank you for everybody that's supporting me. And if you get an opportunity, feel free, give me a call. I don't mind. Or direct text me, direct message me. You can find me on Facebook, LinkedIn, all the other social platforms that are out there, Instagram, whatever your preference is, you'll find me. YouTube, yeah, I'm there too. So with that, since we are finishing out the week, it is now 7:36, and I am going to say adios. But before I do, remember what I always preach: be a leader, be a friend, most important of all, be of service. And with that, keep swinging for the fences, ladies and gentlemen, and let's knock it out of the park together. I will see you next week, and I'll be back, rip roaring, ready to go on Monday. Have a fantastic weekend with your family. You deserve it, and do something for you today. See you Monday.